guys, it's Dashabella and Melody, and welcome back to another episode of Star Equestrian. I hope you guys are having a very relaxing weekend because I've had a pretty busy one, honestly. Not just the weekend, I've been quite busy this week as well. If you haven't kept up with the channel recently, I have been posting quite a lot this week because everyone and their grandma in the horse games industry has decided to post stuff at the beginning of March, and I'm just like scrambling to try to get my stuff together. So don't mind me, okay? I'm a little flustered. But at least today's video for Star Equestrian, it's more of the relaxing side, so I'm totally fine with that. But yeah, if you haven't checked out any of my recent videos, go check them out. I did post on my community tab that I was going to be covering the Legend of Himori as well as Equinox Homecoming in this week's videos, so those are already out. Go check them out, they're super fun. I put a lot of work into them, so hopefully you guys find them interesting, enjoyable, but if you don't, it's fine. You know, not every game is going to be everyone's cup of tea. I know all of us are mainly here because of Star Equestrian anyway, so we're going to stay here and do some Star Equestrian things because I did also say we're breeding butterfly foals in today's video. In case you didn't tune into last week's video, I was inspired to do this video because originally I thought there was only one brand new butterfly coat added into the game, but there's actually 3, and one of them I'm living for. I need to add it to my herd, and then I kind of sat and thought about it, and I just thought, if I'm going to breed one, I may as well just breed all of them so we have all the patterns to kind of show off on the channel. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be breeding all 3 of the butterfly coat patterns, and we're going to see what they look like in different styles and different colors, because I'm not going to breed the same color, like that just makes no sense. I have a wacky experiment for one of my breedings, and I'm just hoping it works out the way that I want it to, but there's a lot of stuff in this game we don't understand, so hopefully my science experiment might help you guys with breeding these coats. Okay, so for our first baby wild butterfly foal, I actually decided to breed with one of the wild horses in the wild horse pen. This really cute smoky gray, I think it's steel gray, sorry guys. This very cute steel gray Mustang randomly appeared in the wild horse pen, and it had the pattern that I wanted, and it also had a face pattern that I believe belongs to the butterfly coat pattern family. So I wanted to have both of those on my horse. This horse on the left, I never introduced her to any of you guys. Her name is Patchwork. She was a bit of an experiment, and she's a Cremello. She's a Cremello. It's just that the pattern makes her look a little bit purple, but I actually wanted her mane and tail style on this breeding, which is why I decided to use her. And I kind of just left the color, like the coat color, in the air just to kind of see like what the baby would end up getting. But I did use some potions. So I equipped the Stylish Tails potion on my horse because I wanted her tail to pass. But for the wild, I used the pattern potion because I wanted the pattern. That's mandatory. I also used the face marking pattern potion because I wanted the face mark. And I actually decided to use the eye color potion as well, just for funsies. So at least we have some kind of control over what this little baby butterfly foal is going to look like when it grows up. But we had to leave it up to Lady Luck with the breeding. But here is our first little butterfly foal, and look at how cute this little Mustang is. She has the pattern, she has the little splotches on her face as well. The coloring is perfect, and those green eyes. Oh my gosh, her green eyes are so beautiful. But that was Foley number 1. For the next 2 foals, I needed to employ the help of a couple of players from the community. So big thank you to everybody that volunteered their horses. I really needed these patterns, and you guys came through as always. So for our first breeding, I decided to do the Dragonfly coat pattern, the one that I really wanted the most. This is my favorite out of all of the butterfly Appaloosa coats. And I managed to borrow Tarzan from Australian Cowboy. Thank you, Aussie, for letting me borrow your horse for this. And I decided to breed his horse Tarzan with my rusted purple Frisian because I actually don't have the rusted purple's coat color on a regular horse, like just the plain purple, not the color you see on the rusted purple now. There is actually a lighter purple underneath its coat. It just looks a little bit darker because of the pattern, because you guys know the pattern deepens any coat that is underneath the pattern. So I decided to equip the Infusion of Patterns potion on the other horse, obviously, because we wanted the coat pattern to pass, whereas we got the coat color, eye color, and stylish tails potion equipped on my Frisian because I wanted these features to pass over onto the resulting foal. And obviously we did get the cutest little purple dragonfly. The face pattern looks a little bit off, but it's only because the foal inherited the rusted purple facial pattern. So that's why the face might look a little bit weird. Unfortunately, it was disappointing, but what to do? I didn't equip any facial marking pattern potions because Aussie's horse had a, what's it called? Like a restricted facial pattern. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, the facial pattern on his horse was restricted. So we have little Mojito. We are changing the names of the foals, by the way, but this is little Mojito, our purple dragonfly Appaloosa foal. And now that leaves me with one more butterfly Appaloosa coat that I need to get, which was the original coat that was advertised when the new coats were added. So I managed to borrow a horse from Evie Mystic. Thank you, Evie, for letting me borrow your horse for this. So they just had a regular 4-star that I was able to borrow. I was going to turn this into a 5-star because this breeding was going to be a bit of an experiment. I decided to actually use one of the market horses for this. So I chose to use the Dapple Overia Brown Frisian for this combo because market coat colors behave weird with natural patterns. So I wanted to see what Pebble's coat pattern color was going to do to the butterfly coat because we like to experiment on the channel. So this is probably the wackiest breeding out of all the breedings we've done. I did use potions for this. So coat color potion on Pebbles, my horse. And then on Evie's horse, I used the coat pattern potion or I believe I also used the mane style potion because I did want the curly mane to pass over. So yeah, not too many potions for this breeding. The foal that we ended up getting from this was crazy, guys. Like, look at this little chocolate baby, like full on milk chocolate. As soon as I saw this foal, I was like, you just look like a Cadbury chocolate horse. I could eat you. But look at this little cute chocolate baby. One thing I really like though is the eyes. She got my favorite eyes in the game, which was this very light white eye, same color as Vodka. Vodka has these eyes. He looks brilliant. But yeah, this foal is just chocolate. Like literally came out of the Cadbury chocolate factory, I feel. So yeah, I've bred all 3 of my little butterfly foals, and unfortunately for you guys, they're not grown up, but fortunately that means we still get to see them as babies. So I have all 3 little babies incubating right now, and as you can see, we have Dew, Reggie, and Mojito. I'm going to show these guys to you individually so we can get a nice zoom in. So, I fat fingered that. So we have our little Cremello or Perlino. I don't remember what color. I think it's Cremello. Our little Cremello butterfly Appaloosa. Let's hop into photo mode so we can get a very, very good look at this cute little baby foal. So here is the Mustang foal in all its glory. Look at this little guy, guys. Oh my gosh, he was such a pretty natural colored horse. I love this coat color so much. It's gorgeous. It is very pretty. I think it really matches this particular butterfly coat pattern. It could have been an interesting combo if I used a market coat pattern that would have inverted the butterfly wings, but I like this too. I actually think I prefer the natural look on this particular butterfly foal, so I'm actually not mad at all at this little Mustang baby. If anything, I'm really proud of this Mustang baby. I believe Dew is going to have a curly mane style when he grows up. It's actually hard to say. You guys are only going to find out when it's time for them to grow up. But I'm happy with this baby. I have no complaints. None at all. I love this baby so much. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this baby. I'm going to have you guys rate them in the comments today. Give all the foals a rating out of 10 and who you like the most and who you like the least and why. I love hearing your opinions because I love how everyone has their own different opinions on what is classified pretty and what isn't, because you're allowed to have your own personal opinions. So next up is Mojito. And this was our purple Dragonfly Frisian. Look at this guy. He looks so odd, like in a good way. And I love the foals. They're just like cuddling up to each other. They're like, oh, we gotta stay together. Hang on, let me go into photo mode and we can get a proper look of this baby if it's gonna let me. Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. Look at little Mojito. Oh my gosh, the coat color looks so nice. I like the purple. I kind of wish the nose pattern didn't pass. I think that's the only complaint I kind of have at the moment with this little guy. But aside that, I actually really like how this horse turned out. He's really cool. Maybe the mane and tail could have been a different color. I think that's the only thing I'm not a super big fan of, but I can always change that when this horse grows up. Like I can always do the whole, like, we'll change it to white maybe. I think white might be a little more fitting. But yeah, this is the little Dragonfly Foley. I love the cute little pink nose. I think the pink nose is probably the most adorable thing about this horse at the moment. But yeah, here is my little purple Dragonfly Foley. And then that leaves us with our little chocolate anomaly. Hang on, we've got to put everybody back because this horse is a little overpowering. Reggie. Look, wait, where's Reggie? Reggie, did I not equip you? Oh my gosh, I didn't equip him. Reggie, what are you doing? Okay, this horse just doesn't want to appear. Hello, you chocolate baby foal thing. Hang on, I gotta go photo mode. We need a good look. Look at this chocolate guy. He really just looks like chocolate. I can't think of anything else. He is literally just a chocolate foal. Hang on, sorry, I gotta move my giant butt out of the way, guys. Sorry. This chocolate guy, I like him. I could totally see this horse having an appeal for some people, but I kind of like having my very dramatic horses sometimes. So this is probably not a look that I would aim for if I knew this was what this coat color was gonna look like with the pattern. But I think some of you guys might like it. Again, let me know in the comments, like with your ratings, like how you would rate the foals. Is this your cup of tea or isn't it? Because yeah, I find it interesting. I do find it interesting, but I feel like there was probably a different color that I could have aimed for, which admittedly, I almost went with a different horse. And it was actually, I don't think I've introduced this horse on the channel before, Double Espresso. I've had this horse for a very long time. I bred him a long time ago. I just kind of forgot to introduce him. I mean, you guys can see, he is like a really deep flaxen liver. His coat color, this is a not natural coat color. You have to potion for this color. I forgot what the market coat horse that you would need for this. I actually borrowed this horse from someone else. I totally forgot who I bred to get this horse though. I'm so sorry if you watch my videos. If it's you, you're welcome to point yourself out in the comments, but I bred with somebody to get this coat color and I do not regret at all. I have a vision for this coat color one day. It should have been a butterfly. It should have been a butterfly and it might still be a butterfly, but we'll think about it. Okay, well, I should have done a dragonfly. Now that I think about it, I should have made a dragonfly. Oh, that would have been such a good idea. Let me think about it. Okay, because I've got to save up potions for this. I have the potions to probably do this breeding today, but I also don't want to burn through too many gems because I already spent like enough gems for 3 breedings this week. So I gotta hold off. You know, we gotta hold off. We gotta save our gems. We don't know what else is coming around the corner. But yeah, the little butterfly folies, I think this was a success. And aside from Reggie, who I think is probably the weird one, I love the other two. I've got to give names for all 3 of these foals, and I've got to wait and see what they look like when they've grown up, because some of them, like you guys already know, some of them I used mane and tail style potions to basically get a particular look. So I think when they're grown up, that's going to be like when I make my final verdict of who I like the most and who I like the least. But we can judge them as babies for now. So Again, let me know in the comments below your ratings for all 3 babies, okay? What do you think about them all? What would you rate them out of 10? And who do you think is going to be the prettiest when they grow up? Because if you remember what coat color, mane style, and tail style patterns I used, you might be able to predict what these foals end up looking like. But yeah, you're only going to see these guys growing up next week. I'm sorry. I could have done it for this week's video, but I was a bit scared that I wouldn't have enough time to like finish filming the rest of the video if I waited for these little bumpkins to grow up, okay? So we're working with what we can. So yeah, if you want to see these guys grown up, wait for next week's video. And yeah, we'll have to see who turns out to be the prettiest little butterfly horsey of my collection. So hope you guys enjoyed the breeding. Look forward to next week's video. But that means that this week's video is unfortunately going to have to come to an end. So guys, thanks for photobombing. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Star Equestrian, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you enjoy my Star Equestrian videos, do leave a like on this one so I know that you enjoyed it. And if you're new to the channel, hi there guys, my name is Dashabella. I'm a virtual equestrian VTuber. And I do play a whole bunch of horse games on my YouTube channel. So if you love horse games as much as I do, then definitely give the channel a subscribe to get future notifications for all of my future uploads. But that's going to be it for this week's Star Equestrian video. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye!